I am Lord Frieza, the most powerful being in the universe. Check out this makeup tutorial, you monkey. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
I started this lookout by blocking out my friend's eyebrows with an Elmer's glue stick. I built up the glue in layers and rolled out the hair straight up with a spoolie so it would lay flat. Next, I began modifying the latex bald cap with some sharp scissors. This bald cap was literally extra large, so it became the bane of my existence during the makeup process. I adhered the front of the bald cap with Prozaid, using a hairdryer to speed up the tackiness. I dried the Prozaid until it appeared transparent, then I pressed the edge of the bald cap in place. Next, I created a more seamless edge between the bald cap and the skin by applying several layers of Prozaid with a textured makeup sponge. I created silicone flat molds to make Frieza's earpieces, but in hindsight, I should have sculpted these bad boys over a life cast. They didn't flex very well over my friend's ears, and I had to hollow the center out with a knife. Another setback in the whole makeup process, but we made it work. Once the silicone earpieces were adhered with Prozaid, I applied some no-pore blem primer to the skin. Then I began applying Maron Classic White as Frieza's overall foundation. During this process, I had a serious revelation that an airbrush really would have helped immensely during the application. Future purchase? I think so. I was really inspired by Joe Steele's version of Frieza because she's so insanely skilled with an airbrush. Link to her channel in the video description. I mostly used a beauty blender to lay down the white because it helped evenly distribute the makeup across my model's face and torso. In some instances, I went back to using a brush over the face, then switched to the beauty blender to distribute those areas again. Next, using a medium liner brush, I applied Maron Paradise Purple to the top of Frieza's head. This part is kind of nerve-wracking because the symmetry of the shape has to be on point. I built up the border color, then used a beauty blender to transition towards the white of the central shape. You can see where I got a little dribble drop here, which I fixed with a cotton swab and some water. No biggie, this isn't even my final form. Once that was patched up, I created a deeper purple and re-outlined the shape to increase the contrast. This helped add some more dimension to the gradient of purple color. Once the top of the head was complete, I began outlining the eyes with a small liner brush. I'm just creating an enlarged almond shape to exaggerate the eyes. Then filling in the lid, waterline, and lashes with white. Guys, I want to hear who your favorite anime character is, so leave it in the comment section below, okay? Repeat this with the other eye as well. Before completing the details on the face, I began establishing some of the shadows on the neck muscles. For the lips, I applied Maron Classic Black using a small angled brush. I brought the size of the lips inward as Frieza's are quite small in the anime and manga. I think I could have made them even smaller as well. Moving back to the small liner brush, I applied some thin cheek accents that extend from the lower eyelid down to the jawline. Symmetry is your friend here, and using some references from the anime. Add a few lines to the brow creases, following their general shape. Also add a few dashed lines for the cheek accents. Now I'm beginning to add shadows to Frieza's muscle definition. Mainly the shadows between the collarbones and the traps. I added shadows along the high points of the outer neck and the low points between the mid-pecs. I blended this into the white foundation with a shadow brush and the beauty blender. Guys, which DBZ villain takes the cake for most terrifying? Frieza, androids, Cell, or Majin Buu? Once the shadows were complete, I applied the same purple from the head to create a perfect circle around each shoulder. I left the center white and blended it the same way as I did the top of the head, adding additional white and outlining the circle with a deeper purple. Your look is complete. Leave a comment below if there are any looks you guys want to see on my channel. Peace.